Hello everybody. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. Welcome into another lesson. Today's is going to be pretty good, but first I would like to send out a thank you to all of my new subscribers that have come in the last couple of months. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody watching the content or lessons that I put out. And I really appreciate all of the comments that I've been getting as well. So a big heartfelt thank you, and I hope I can keep them coming for you, and I hope everybody sticks around and share it. You know, I can get more stuff out and reach more people that could possibly use some of this information. But anyway, with that, thank you very much. And let's see if we can get from where I'm at. I think I'm at like 531 or something. Let's see if we can push it up to 1,000. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, today's lesson. Today's lesson, and as the video is called, is grooves that you need to know, drum beats that you need to know. If you want to be a working drummer, you need to know many, many grooves, and I know there's a lot of people that have said that exact same thing. But what I see them talking about isn't necessarily what I have come across as a working drummer playing, oh gosh, thousands of gigs around the Atlanta area and touring from the Midwest to New York down to Southern Florida. I've never had to play a Brazilian type groove or a 4/3 or a 5/6 or anything like that. I've never had to play one of those. Now, understanding those and being able to do that kind of thing is not a bad thing. It certainly helps you in your everyday playing. But there are certain grooves and certain drum beats that you really need to know, other than just a 4 on the floor type. Other than just those. And today, I'm going to hit one that's actually a lot of fun to play, and it is the train beat. I played it at the beginning of the video. There are a lot of different ways to play the train beat. We can play it with brushes. If you're familiar with the song Devil Went Down to Georgia, it's played with brushes. In the early days of recording drums, especially in Nashville and country music, they did a lot of work with brushes, and they would do a cross stick, do stuff like that. However, and we will start with Charlie Daniels. With Charlie Daniels, his drummer at the time, I do not know who it is. We can find out that information. I'll put all the songs that I reference in this, I'll put down in the comments or into the description, so you'll be able to go and listen to these. So starting out with the train beat is this. You can also add your bass drum in there, and basically opposite of what your snare drum is. And I've had conversations with many friends about this very beat, and we all count them differently. Jim Riley, in his one of his books, he counts as eighth notes: 1, 2, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I've counted them as 16th notes. I've counted them as eighth notes. It really just kind of depends. And a lot of times I don't even think about counting them at all. I just listen to what we're playing and I go off of that. So let's go to Charlie Daniels. What he is playing in that is a very subtle, and there's a very subtle bass drum in there. Let me think of the song. I'll play the groove real quick. So he was playing just a very subtle hand-to-hand shuffle. And there's a couple of ways of playing, not a shuffle, a train beat. There's a couple of ways of playing it, so I will get into each one of those. I wasn't counting that. I was basically just singing the song in my head and kind of going with that. But it's very subtle and almost without an accent. When he's in the verse of that song. And again, I'll link these tunes in the description so you can kind of get a better idea. So that's one train beat, and I'm going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with sticks. The big thing with the train beat is your accents. And like you just saw, you can have them kind of many different ways depending on the song. One tune that I used to play along with Devil Went Down to Georgia, and I played Devil Went Down to Georgia with sticks. His current drummer, well, his more recent drummer before he died, played that song with sticks as well. In the studio is where they use the brushes. So let's see, song Folsom Prison Blues from Johnny Cash. I played that with sticks. I would add accents in between lines, so it would kind of sound like this. Something like that. Cocaine Blues from Johnny Cash. We played the same, I played that same song. And I played it relatively the same way, but a lot faster. So that's one way of playing a train beat, alternating hands. And you can count those 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, or you can 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, accenting all the ands. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. It is a personal preference based off of what you would be doing and how you're playing the song. Another way to play the train beat is one-handed with an accent or flamming on 2 and 4. There's a song by the Tractors from the 90s called Baby Like to Rock It. I'll leave that in the description. It has that type of train beat, or it's how I hear it, and it's kind of got a swing to it. So that's that little swing. Almost like a half swung type of thing. So that's a song called Baby Likes to Rock It. It's by the Tractors. All the way through the song, it's that same groove. Has some cymbal crashes with the hits in the song. And the next one everybody's going to know, Tommy Lee, Kickstart My Heart. He is doing that with an 8th note ride on his right hand and then flamming each one of those 2 and 4s. I think he's a little bit faster than that, and he adds in all the extra grooves or extra fills in there. Great tune. You're going to have to learn how to play that. I've tried to play that alternating. You can, but some of the fills that he puts in when he goes into each chorus, so when you go in to throw those fills in like that, if you're playing it alternating hands, it's going to be real hard to hit it in just to how that feels going into. You want to lead that off of your right hand. So the next thing that you want to ask yourself is, how do I learn how to play that? Basically, you get really good at a single stroke roll. Everybody should know how to play a single. Then you work on throwing accents in. Generally, I'll lead off, if I'm just in a straight train beat alternating hands, I'll lead off of my left hand into my right hand. And yes, I threw in some doubles and stuff like that. Right hand lead on the accents. So that's the easiest way to start playing those. Bass drum is just going to alternate from your snare drum. So you're going to, if you're counting in eighth notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're playing more 16th notes, or you're counting them more 16th notes, now your quarter note is going to be on the bass drum, the ands, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Yeah. It's just going to alternate between the accent of the 2 and 4 and the bass drum. So let's go in and hear some ideas, some more ideas of what we can do with the train. So there are some ideas for the train beat, and this is one of those very important type of grooves to really get ingrained in your body and in your playing to be able to pull them out instantly. If you're familiar with the Zac Brown Band, they do a version of Devil Went Down to Georgia. You can look this up on YouTube. I'll link it in the description. And Chris Fryer is the drummer. He plays traditional. And they play that song at least 4 times faster than what Charlie Daniels originally played it. So having really good hands and being really good with your 16th notes or your single stroke roll is going to be key to really working this one out. When I played Devil Went Down to Georgia with one of the bands that I played with, he wanted to play it fast, so we kind of come in about like this. And I believe sometimes we played it a lot faster. So getting that single stroke roll down, alternating hands, whether you start it left-handed or right-handed, it does not matter. But getting that dialed in and then being able to accent. I have a video on my YouTube channel, on my website, about accenting. And they're relatively easy, but at the same time, they're not. So just grabbing an accent is just a louder note than what you're playing. So if you throw that in with either hand, basically playing ups and downs with your hands. Upstrokes, downstrokes. Downstrokes are accented. Upstrokes set you up for downstroke. So that is your train beat. It is a lot of fun. I would definitely say learn it. This is one of those beats that you need to know. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you to all of my subscribers, all of the new subscribers and the old subscribers. And until the next video, happy drumming.